I just seen an article about UFC, and this is what shows where the state of boxing is right now. And they're kind of laughing in boxing fans' face right now because I just seen an article where they actually tried to say that UFC selling tickets for $800 standard and selling floor seats that can be up to 7,000, 4,000. I see some other prices. They're actually trying to make that as if that is a negative against UFC. They're actually trying to make it seem like UFC fighting for those type of numbers are bad. Oh well, the nosebleed seats were $3,000 and the premium seats were 12,000, but they went down the last couple of weeks. Bro, 1,700 tickets being available a week from the fight is not a bad thing, man. Trust me. They says they always start the prices high and drop them. They said some tickets are now available at under $800. That's still a lot of money, bro. Then they say Dana White was expecting 25 to 27 million, but now he's getting 21 million at the gate. And think about how much he's paying these UFC fighters. That sounds like excellent money. Every time he puts on a fight, they talking about Dana confirmed today that it's 1,700 tickets remaining for Noche UFC. What is wrong with that? I don't understand the big deal. And then this is the crazy thing about it. They try to make it seem like moving from 27 million to 21 million is a bad thing. Then then he turns around and says, 21 million would be a UFC record. If $21 million is a record for a UFC gate, out of all the gates they've done, and we know this list of fighters isn't like as big as cards we've seen in the past. This is the biggest card they've ever had. But if you read that, bro, that's a win. You ain't finna pay these guys that much. The UFC fighters ain't making that much. Anyways, we already know that from the get-go. It's more popularity. You think about people talking about these rappers, they on the same type of payroll, if not less. And he said, I expect to sell out, because I know I've actually went to school with guys who was in UFC. So I definitely know that. I was on teams with guys that fought in UFC. So I definitely know. But these guys doing a sellout of 21 million, he said Dana White expects to sell out. Even if he doesn't sell it out, it's already a complete mission right now. Now he got to sell it out for it to be a success. Get out of here. Get out of here. Like they said, Dana White expects to sell out and believes the gate will break the UFC's previous live record of 17.7 million set by UFC 205. That was 100 events ago. Let's stop it, man. They talking about he faces stiff competition against Canelo Alvarez that night, same night at the MGM Grand, creating intense competition for viewers and ticket sales. It's not intense competition for viewers. Why would it be intense competition that these guys have the same fights on the same night? It's weird how they try to put boxing and UFC against each other or in the same category. At this point, I'm going to be real with you. It's not even close to being compared to UFC. It's not even close to being compared. A lot of people in UFC, they actually, when guys get robbed in UFC, they don't have any questions like, oh, well, this guy, he should have did that. It's not no competition, man. Like overall, when we're talking about the sport, as far as casuals, just overall, it's totally different. It's totally different. When you're watching UFC, you either all in or you're not. It's not like a boxing where guys, well, I just want to see a certain guy get knocked out from this country and this guy's from the country I'm from. They don't have all that going on. So that's why it's not really a competition at all. If you want to ask me personally, this is me personally saying this. It's not a competition at all. at this point. It's not really. Look at the ticket sales, man. So you telling me they got people that was buying floor seats that was up from $4,000. Now the floor seats from $4,000 to $9,000. Tickets standard seating is starting at $757, despite the reductions. That means Dana White was eating on the early sales. It happens all the time in business, and these dudes been reporting this stuff for 20, 30 years, and they don't know what's going on. Yeah, agendas and narratives start to kick in. From what I seen on this article, they're trying to make it seem like UFC are struggling to sell for tickets. And that's just not the case, bro. 1,700 tickets being available for a UFC event the week of the fight is not a big deal. A lot of people have school and kids was going back to school recently. They're gonna figure out as the weekend get closer. Oh, okay, so they do have an event going on. Let me try to check this out. It'll sell out. Trust me, it'll definitely sell out. People are just waiting for the last minute for the tickets to actually drop to a certain price because they've been actually going to UFC for years. UFC has put on 300 plus events. So they know what time it is. They know what's going on. At this point, I've looked at the Canelo ticket sales and the prices, and they're not even as high as, why is Canelo's tickets not as high as UFC's tickets, but they're available all over the place. He has nosebleed seats that's $400 or $500 all over the place. So the fact like UFC is just competing with Canelo and Canelo, he's doing good this week. The ticket sales, but UFC, bro, they doing excellent right now. For a UFC event, they don't have to pay a guy $30, $40 million. They don't have to have fans say, well, I don't want to see these two guys fight because I already know who's going to win. They don't have those problems like we have in boxing. Like I'm saying, bro, you're overpaying for the same old, same old. Then the UFC event's going to cost $70. Canelo's going to cost $90. I don't know where the state of boxing is going right now, but I'm going to tell you, better get this stuff together because it's not looking good. That's all I got. Like and subscribe.